If you plant something, it grows, right? All you need to do is just take care of it. And all my life, I've had people always wanting to do things for me, even if I didn't ask. And when we eat the fruits of that plant, it makes me very, proud to say, but I did that. And no one else jumped in and said, yeah, but I planted it for you, or I did 1, 2, and 3 for you.
Tucked away in Mpumalanga lies a small township called Kabokweni. Sibusiso Mogale, a former Paralympian swimmer and upcoming farmer, calls this township home. Mogale was born with Phocomelia, a rare condition that causes underdeveloped limbs.
They thought that it's genetic, and I was told that if I have kids, I must, brace myself, because chances are I might pass it on to my kids. And then I've got my 2-year-old, and she's as normal as I am. She's got hands, but she's still as normal as I am.
Mogale didn't always see his condition as a challenge, but at the age of 5, he realized otherwise.
It was not a challenge at first. As a kid, you'd never really notice any differences until you start getting older, and there are people that start pointing out certain things about your indifference. And I think I experienced that at the age of 5. These are the kids I used to play with every single day. And then one day they just, kind of ran away from me, and I couldn't understand why. Only to realize when I spoke to one of them and said that, listen, they told us not to play with you because your having no hands could be contagious to us.
Mogale was forced to move away from home at a young age, as no schools in the area could cater for his disability.
It was a bit of a challenge because of my different appearance. I did everything with my feet, my mouth, and I didn't want to be boxed in the school where it's just physically disabled, mentally disabled. I wanted to just be as normal as possible, but now suddenly I have to leave everyone and go far from where I normally was.
However, that turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as he was scouted for a sports scholarship in Johannesburg from an able-bodied school.
I almost drowned, and I thought to myself, I need to know how to swim. It was more of the drive of, I don't want to be beaten by something that I don't know how to do. So I always wanted to be on top of things. And I think that's where the love of wanting to swim came in. And literally the rest is history.
He started swimming in 2001, and a few years later had a breakthrough that allowed him to travel the world competing in galas.
So I qualified for the Paralympics in 2008. So swimming has really opened a lot of doors and also gave me a lot of opportunities that I never ever dreamt of getting. Being home for swimming, I'll forever be grateful.
12 years later, he retired from swimming and moved back home to start pursuing his childhood passion.
My love for farming and agriculture came from growing up with my grandmother. My grandmother was a woman that used to farm. Nothing big, only in the backyard. And it was more farming in terms of us eating at home and to feed the family. I'm fairly new at farming currently, so I haven't really had that much experience in terms of being, a farmer, whether commercially or locally.
On a piece of land that Mogale rents, he and his 15 employees plant a variety of fruits and veggies, such as sweet potatoes, chilies, spinach, and oranges.
And farming was almost like an escape for me to say, if I plant this without anyone helping me, I can be proud to say, but I raised that or I planted that. I don't know if I'm making sense, but to me, it just made me become a free person, gave me that freedom. When I see something wrong, with a farmer that has hands, it's easy to say, no man, do this like this, and then they actually demonstrate it and they do it. In my case, I need to explain to the T until they get it right, because physically it does become a bit difficult for me to do it. So I'm the one who makes sure that everything happens.
Mogale is finally at peace at home, raising his daughter with his wife, farming, feeding and selling produce to some in the community.
My future goals is quite simple really. I have become a commercial farmer all the way. I want to have my own brand. So even if you go to the local shop that you might know, you will see my brand as Sibusiso Mogale's production. Just have different outlets all over South Africa.